Okay, so I'm drawing away and somebody tweets me about the Surface Studio 2. Not the Surface Pro, not the Surface Book, Surface Studio. You know, the big desktop? Somebody tweets me about the Surface Studio 2. Already, Surface Studio has barely come out. So I don't know what this is about, but apparently there's video. Let's check this out, okay? Yeah, my head's kind of... But let's have a look. It's obviously a fake. Let's put that out there. But whoever made that was obviously a 3D artist, and it's nice. It's a nice little fake out there. They've obviously not said it's a fake. They want to lure people in and make people think it's real. Bit too early for that. If they'd have done that in a year's time, people would have been like, "Oh my god!" But yeah, you can't do that at the time the first Surface Studio is kind of hitting the stores. I think this is their commentary on what they'd like to have seen with the Surface Studio. And to be fair, yeah, I think they're pretty much on the ball there with a lot of the stuff. I think my review, I said a couple of those things. This person's obviously a 3D artist, so they're saying a lot of those things as well. Let's look at what they said about the Surface Dial. They said, you know, their Surface Studio 2 has programmable buttons. Yep, that's something I would have liked to have seen on there for sure. That's something I think I said to The Verge, but I think that would be a good option for the kind of Dial 2. A 3D spatial awareness kind of tilt. Yep, I think that'd be cool. For 3D artists. For 2D artists, what could it do? I don't know. It's up to the software developers. For 3D guys, yeah, I can totally see the benefit in that. For what they said about the actual Surface Studio itself, they talk about the muscle wire. Don't really understand why they want that. Have they actually played with a Surface Studio? Because they're saying a muscle wire lock. You don't need that. I think they just wanted to say muscle wire. Muscle wire sounds good to say, so I fully understand that. But you don't need muscle wire in the Surface Studio. So yeah, there's no reason for that. I just dismiss that one. The next thing they kind of say is to rotate it. For me, that's the big one. That was the one I said in my review. That's why I have an Ergotron arm for my Wacom rather than the actual Wacom stand, because I want the ability to rotate, you know, my devices. I can rotate my canvas in Painter, in Photoshop, in Sketchable, etc. But I want the ability to rotate the actual device as well. And for me, that was the only thing that I wasn't 100% about with the Surface Studio, you know? But I could live with it. And if the Surface Studio 2 had the ability to rotate, bang, that would make it superb. The other thing that they showed was that on the sides of the Surface Studio 2 concept, it had attachments like the Surface Pro has for the keyboard. So devices could slide in from the side and attach, you know, for Wacom style hotkeys. And I thought that was kind of cool, but when you're an artist using a device like a Wacom Cintiq or the Surface Studio, when you hold these areas, you tend to lean on them. So you need something a little more than a magnetic lock, because you would just pull that away. You would literally just go, what, every time you try to use it. So I don't think that'd be that great, to be honest. I'd prefer to have buttons built into the actual device, just behind it, if I was going to have buttons at all. But then again, it's just a copy of a Cintiq, so why bother? You know, that's why the dial was so nice, because it's a different way of thinking. They also had a touch dial, which, to be honest, is old tech even for Wacom. Wacom don't even use touch dials anymore. And not like the one they were showing in their video. Wacom use remotes like this now. So, you know, the fact that they had it all built in, the fact that they had that old dial, which was kind of off the older 24-inch Wacom, you know, maybe that's the style of Wacom that they're still using. I don't know. But it looked to me like an older Wacom rather than a newer device, which was really strange. But yeah, it was nice in the fact that was more geared towards artists than even the Surface Studio, which is completely geared towards artists. So yeah, I'd like to see some of these ideas fulfilled, and some of them I just think, they're a bit old hat. You know, for instance, the Surface Studio I can use with that. So I've got the dial, I've got all the buttons. You know, but yeah, I'd like to see Microsoft do their own thing. The only one of those that I thought was really, really cool was what they suggested to do with the dial, which was massively, you know, kind of add in some buttons and do all the rotate and the 3D spatial awareness thing. I thought it was very cool. And the rotate on the actual screen. But yeah, it was a great little video. I love being like faked like that. I thought it was funny. But yeah, cool. Check out the video. I thought it was very cool. See you next time. Keep watching. Make sure to subscribe. And also, I have a Patreon coming very, very shortly. I've just finished recording the entire Patreon. I've got to edit that. It's hours and hours and hours long, but it's going to be so cool. And this first one, I'm going to give it all away for free as a taster, so you can see how cool it is, how cool all the files and the free brushes and the work in progress files, everything is. And then you'll see how much, hopefully, you want to become a patron of mine. You know, hopefully then you don't just not know what's coming. You'll be able to see this first one for free. Then hopefully you'll sign up and we can create loads of really cool stuff together. Brilliant. I shall see you soon. Ask away. Let's chat about this Surface Studio 2 concept. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this. I thought it was hilarious, but at the same time, nice ideas in there. I'd love to see more people doing stuff like this. Whoever made this, this Juarez guy, obviously not their real name, but I'd love to see them do a Surface Book 2 concept as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll speak to you guys later. Thanks for watching. And be sure to comment, like, and even subscribe to my channel, Lawrence Can Draw. And if you did like what you saw here, you can see more of it on my website, LAWRENCEman.co.uk.